Hello everyone. In previous lecture, we have seen the digital signatures and public key certificates, and we have studied regarding the certificate authorities, that is CS. In today's lecture, we are going to see the representation of digital signatures in Indian IT Act 2000. So the Indian IT Act 2000 recognizes the digital signatures which are based on public key cryptography and hash system as the acceptable formal authentication of electronic documents, and they are considered equivalent of signature on paper. Now, why you need to study the digital signatures with respect to Indian IT Act? The reason is there were certain problems while laying down the rules and regulations of the digital signatures in Indian IT Act. So these were the, let us see what are the problems. First of all, there was a problem with the section 35, subsection 3. It states that it is compulsory for an applicant of digital signature certificate to include the certification practice statement along with his application. That is, if someone is applying for a digital certificate and if the certificate is there, in that certificate the issuer should mention the entire detail how he is maintaining the rules and regulations or the standards given by the government for an ideal public key certificate. Now, in this slide, I have copied the statement from the Indian IT Act as it is. So, you can see that what it says, that every certifying authority shall disclose in the manner specified by regulations. That is, these are the guidelines how a digital certificate or what a digital certificate should contain. So, here in the heading B, it says that any certification practice statement relevant thereto, means the CA should include the certification practice statement in each and every digital certificate. Now, we have seen this example of the Wikipedia certificate which is issued by some international CA, some CA who is not Indian, and we don't find any such mentioning here in this digital certificate. So that is the problem with the Indian IT Act. Now let us see what the certification practice statement means according to Indian IT Act. So this definition is again copied as it is from the IT Act 2000. It says that certification practice statement means a statement issued by a certifying authority to specify the practices that the certifying authority employs in issuing digital signature certificates. What it means? It simply means that every public key certificate should include descriptions of how a CA is following the rules and standards set out by the government. So this creates the problem because it is questioning the function and role of certificate authority as well as the process of issuing the digital certificate. And also there is a question that why each and every entity who requires a public key should include this detail into its own digital certificate. Now, the second negligence. It was with reference to section 21. The section 21 defines the licensing procedure for the CA, that is the certificate authority. So, according to this procedure, there were a lot of requirements given with respect to qualifications, expertise, manpower, financial resources and infrastructure facilities which are having the standards set by the central government, and each and every CA should obey to those standards. Now, what is a CA? What is a certificate authority? It must be a software company generating some public keys through some software. So we know, as we are the people from the IT industry, we know that it requires minimum possible resources. So if such heavy guidelines are given by the government with respect to the manpower, with respect to the financial resources, with respect to the infrastructure, it becomes very difficult to maintain such standards. And also the license has to be renewed again and again within a very short span of time. That is, the license validation period was very short. So while applying for renewal of certificate, government checks if the CA has satisfied all the rules and regulations. But the problem is, with so much investment in such short time, the profit generation is not possible. So no profit, again you cannot maintain the standards. That is the straightforward relation. So what are the problems coming here? If you are not maintaining the standards, government may cancel the license of a CA. And if the license of the CA get cancels, even within a very short period of time, the CA must have issued some digital certificates to someone in the market. So there will be digital certificates in the market whose were issued by the CAs whose licenses are right now invalid. Second is, even if the CA wants to transfer their license to some more financially or technically strong entities, means some bigger software companies, that is not allowed by the law. Another problem is that the simple alternative to this problem was that India can have the support from the international CAs. Otherwise, what may happen is that even if the act is there for the digital certificate, it is useless. But again, the task of getting license by foreign CAs is made much more complicated. So these things raised a lot of concerns among the IT community. So immediately the Ministry of Information Technology established a task force to assist them in drafting the rules. This task force has the experts from the field and they took recommendations from the technical community. Now pay attention, what were the recommendations that have come. The recommendation was that the public key infrastructure was made for the digital signature, and it is made as the only single authentication technology, and so it is making the law technology dependent, and law has to be technology neutral. So that is the suggestion given by the technical community, and that is the suggestion adopted by the task force. Now I would request you to go back and see what are the problems, come back and see what are the suggestions. The problem was with respect to adding the details into certificate with respect to the rules and regulations of CA, and the suggestion was that law is not technology neutral. So it is said that the previous blunder is now accompanied by more confusions that could have been avoided. So let's once more see what are the suggestions. The suggestions say that digital signature has been made dependent on public key infrastructure. That is, if in the future some new technology comes, the law has to be changed. So please make some provision in advance for the chances of some new technology for the digital signatures, so that the law becomes technology neutral for the digital signatures. However, above recommendations were respected by the expert committees and following suggestions were adopted. First was, rather than digital signature, a more generalized or the umbrella system is defined, called as the electronic signature, and digital signature is defined to be a kind of electronic signature. It is proposed to have an amendment where the word digital is to be replaced with the word electronic everywhere in the original act. So that was the one proposal. Along with this, there were also a lot of recommendations to be considered for the IT Act 2000. So with all those recommendations, IT Act 2008, that is Information Technology Amendment Act 2008, ITAA 2008 was passed. Again, but in this act, both the terms digital signatures and electronic signatures were retained. So, the section 3 speaks of the earlier digital signature and section 3A speaks of electronic signature as an alternative to digital signature. And both can be used to verify electronic records. Somehow, the terms are not replaced. And again, if there are digital signatures, there were some changes in the CA's regulations. So those changes were that the existing CAs can apply for the license of electronic signatures also. The new CAs also can apply, and also it is not necessary for the new CAs to apply for the digital signature related products. Again, there were choices for the public, that public can use either electronic signature or digital signature for their documents, and public also has the choice of getting these signatures from different CAs or the single CA. In the bill, again, in some places digital signature and electronic signatures are mentioned together, and in some places they are mentioned separately. So it results in inconsistent treatment, and it gives rise to anomalies. That is, there are chances of deviating from the standards in this law. So that is the problem of digital signatures with respect to Indian IT Act. Now let us see what is the current scenario. Nowadays in India also or in globally, still digital signatures with public key cryptography and hash algorithm is the available secure standard. No better alternative is yet discovered, so that it can be put under the electronic signature. And even if it has to be put under the electronic signatures, again a lot of changes has to be done in the law. So that's all regarding the digital signatures in the Indian IT Act. Thank you.